That's right. The Blazers are victorious. Cue the Panic at the Disco. Only panic for a Chicago Bulls fan tonight as the Blazers take care of business and grab the 113-102 victory over the Chicago Bulls. If you want to join the conversation with me tonight here on the fifth quarter, just dial the telephone, 503-248-0620. Also go to youtube.com, type in Rip City Radio, get it on the chat, and Chris J. Burkhardt is the name on social. You guys know what to do. You know what to do. Holy smokes, though. What a game. What an absolute gem of a game. I mean, how do you even, figure out, like, what to focus on first? Because there was so much good. There was so much good in this game, even with, certain players being pushed to the bench and all that. And we will talk about how everything kind of came to be here tonight, but in the end ended up being just a wonderful game for your Portland Trail Blazers, defensively pretty locked in. And you look at the beginning of this, right, and everyone was like, what's going on? Because you look at the pregame presser, right, and Coach Billups kind of dropped the bomb. Like, okay, yeah, Shaedon Sharpe is not starting tonight. No, he's not hurt. He just wants to send a message to him because he feels like he hasn't been locked in defensively, and the team needs to be better on that side of the ball. And, Coach was asked about it after the game, how he thought he responded, and he thought he responded exceptionally well, and he did. He ended up coming off the bench, but he did drop 23 points, which is something we said in the pregame show. Stick it to him, right? Prove that you belong. Go out there and just drop it. Drop the hammer. Go get 20, 25 points. He split that. He grabbed 23, so a good game from Shea. On the Bulls side of things, the Bulls, they were led in scoring by Zach LaVine. He had 27 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. 15 points from Patrick Williams. Nikola Vucevic, who has had a couple big games, he was kept pretty quiet in this one, all things considered. 17 points and 11 boards. 9 points from Cody White. And Josh Giddey had a pretty terrible game. He was 0 for 2, only took 2 shots, scored 0 points. On the Blazers side of things, Jeremy Grant, he got back into the swing of things. He was a 5 of 11 from the floor, 18 points, just a single defensive rebound. So there you go. That's a Jeremy Grant rebounding game right there, baby. Toumani Camara, 0 for 3, 0 points, but he did get 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and the block shot. We talked about this pregame. Like, he's going to have those nights where he struggles offensively, but he still brings it on the defensive side of things and is locked in. So I absolutely give him credit for that. DeAndre Ayton, I thought DeAndre Ayton had a very good game. And we know on this show, right, how we pick him apart. We absolutely pick him apart because when you see good DeAndre Ayton, it's easy to like. When you see bad DeAndre Ayton, it's easy to hate, right? Tonight you got good DeAndre Ayton, 15 points, 13 rebounds, 7 of 15 from the floor, 2 assists, and a couple of block shots. And they needed it. They absolutely needed it from him, especially against a team like Chicago with their bigs. They needed to win the rebounding battle because they got absolutely destroyed on the boards against the Rockets, right? So a good response there and a good response particularly from DeAndre Ayton. In his return, Deni Avdija had 20 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals as well. So very solid game from him. He continues to just do Deni Avdija things and be just kind of the gas pedal for this team. And it's been phenomenal to watch all year long. And really, as he gets into a groove. And then, of course, Shaedon Sharpe off the bench, 8 of 18, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a pretty good game from him. But you can't talk about this game without talking about Scoot again. Another game goes by, and we're here talking about Scoot Henderson for all of the right reasons. For all the right reasons, we're talking about Scoot. He led the team in scoring tonight with 25 points. He was 8 of 15 from the floor. He hit 3 three-pointers, 6 of 8 from the line. He had 7 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals. I mean, he flirted with a triple-double tonight. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. I love the fact that he's out here playing and is in a groove, man. That's basically that Brooklyn game. He had the Clipper game where he was the best Blazer in a night where they all kind of were terrible. And then he had the game against the Rockets and a game tonight where he's been perhaps the most impressive Blazer on the floor. Absolutely love to see that he's putting up these kind of numbers and just doing it so consistently. Now, a night after being destroyed on the boards, the Blazers, return the favor this time to the Bulls. They won the rebounding battle 50-36, which is, again, very, very nice to see. They had 17 turnovers, which is not great. They had 21 assists, which is not great. But when you have 21 assists, Scoot Henderson has 8 of them. It's nice to see Scoot doing that, right? The team shot 47.2%. They held Chicago to 44%. Most importantly, Chicago, which can get the 3 roll, and shot just 27% from beyond the arc. So all things considered, just a very, very good game from your Portland Trailblazers. Again, if you want to join the conversation, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. And, of course, youtube.com, type in Rip City Radio. And get in on the chat right there, where I have to scroll forever just to get back to the top. You guys are holding it down, and they're having some fun. Yeah, man, what a game. What a game. And I think Kirk said it best. Yeah, I don't think it will happen if Ant comes back healthy. But, man, he said it right off the top. Scoot should never be coming off the bench again. Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, just a great game from Scoot, man. Just a great game from Scoot. Love to see him doing that and just putting it together. The game is really slowing down for him. I was talking about him with some fans during the game, and it's like one thing that stood out to me lately is the fact that early in the season, he would go and drive to the basket, and then he'd leave his feet and be caught in no man's land, right? He's like, oh gosh, do I pass or do I shoot? Which one? And then you pass and it's a turnover, or you shoot and you just didn't have your feet under you and it's a bad shot. He's not doing that anymore. Everything he does, he has a plan in his head, which is really, really good. And again, the mistakes he made today, he ended up looking at that box score. He had 4 turnovers. But again, the turnovers that he had were he was trying to make a play. They weren't lazy passes. It wasn't for, lack of seeing the defense. It was trying to make a play, defense beat it. And those are the type of turnovers you can absolutely live with and that he'll learn from. So I love to see that from him. And then, just all the way around. I asked Chauncey about it in the post-game presser, and you'll hear it here in just a little bit when we head to the coach's corner. But, when you take Shea, and you take him from the starting lineup and you put him on the bench, it obviously sends a message to Scoot, or to Shea, right? Obviously sends a message to him. But it can also send a message to the rest of the team, okay? Because they could sit there and go, oh, okay, well, I need to figure it out because I don't want to be the next guy to have my role changed. And I think the whole team got the message because they all seemed more locked in today. And Coach was even asked about that, like what locked in means to him. And again, the team looked different today. So I think the moving of Shea absolutely sent a message to everyone. And it led to a Blazers win, which you love to see. Timmy Hammock, I don't even got to scroll all the way back, but I believe he's already said that he believes in Joe Hendry. Yeah, TNA champ. I almost sent you that the tweet when I saw that. I'm like, oh, if anyone's going to love this, it's him. Elijah wants to know, who should we trade? Who should be our coach? These are all questions that will be answered eventually. We all know who should be traded. We have no idea who the next guy in line when Chauncey Billups is no longer head coach will be. The next coach in Blazers history, no one knows who that will be yet. But we know the answer, who needs to be traded. That's pretty cut and dry, pretty simple. Rosengrat would like to see Scoot dunk on his worst enemy. Okay, we're just going to leave it at that. And then Kobe says Avia is the engine of the team. It's really interesting you say that because that wasn't the exact term that was used. But again, Coach was asked about that postgame because it does feel like things change when he's on the floor. Because the way he moves so fast, right? Everyone has to move with him and keep up. And he brings it on both sides of the floor and is really, like you said, the engine is a good term. You love having him back. Again, we've seen multiple times already this year why the Blazers gave up what they did to get him because he's been crucial. He's been great. And you can see why he's going to be a piece for this team moving forward. There was also a little piece that happened in this game that I don't know if you could see it on TV. I know you could see it in the arena, but there was a point late in the game when Portland was at the free throw line, and Denny Avdia, I believe, had made a mistake. And so Coach Billups is in his ear, pulls him over, is in his ear, and is just talking to him. And then all of a sudden you see Robert Williams get up, and you very rarely see a player do this. But Robert Williams gets up and walks all the way over to Coach and just sits there and waits. And as soon as Coach is done, Denny goes to get back on the court, and Robert grabs him and then gets in his ear and tells him something too. And it's like that's that leadership thing we talk about, and that's why I think Robert Williams is very, very valuable to this team. And I can also see that's why a lot of teams would want him, because there's something there that not a lot of players have. The courage, if you will, to know that you can just get up right there when coach is talking to someone and you can go be in an ear too. And having that coach on the floor type guy, that guy who's not wearing a uniform that night because it's a rest day, but he's still involved in making sure people are in the right spot. Those are the things you love to see, and I loved seeing that from Rob tonight. Also, shout out to friends of the show. Shout out to Jesse of the third bench, who I ran into in an elevator today going up to the Pines, because the third bench, if you don't know, a great group of fans who bought season tickets together in the same section, and then they just come to games and have fun. So I went and said hi to them. Saw him in the elevator, which is always fun to see people that you mostly interact with in Discord and on the internet, see them in person. So shout out. I gotta hook up with him so I can help get some great coverage of his daughter when she goes down to Salem later this year for the OSA State Dance and Drill Championships, which I will definitely be covering for work, right? Got to make sure we shout out and show love there to our Blazer fans in Salem watching high school activities and sports. Also, shout out to Keith, who dropped this one on me, and I just laughed because no one else caught it when he said it in person. But Delano Banton gets a layup, and he just went, Delon, no, you didn't. And I'm just like, did you really just say that? And he's like, yeah, I'm glad someone caught it. And then I just told him, well, you know what? I'm going to say that on the radio. And here we go. I just dropped it for you. And speaking of cheesy things that were said tonight, I'm really proud of this tweet, and this is the content you get if you follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Chris J. Burkhardt. And it's the fact that if anyone who works for has connections with Tillamook, the cheese company that we all love here in the Pacific Northwest, they absolutely need to contact the Blazers, and they need to get in touch with Shaden Sharp, because we all know Shaden Sharp loves mac and cheese, right? So the cheese right there. Shaden Sharp cheddar is just right there for the taking, guys. It is right there. Print a shirt that says Shaden Sharp cheddar with the block of. You could sell a block of cheddar at Fred Meyer and call it Shaden Sharp. Exactly. Call it Shaden Sharp cheddar.
I love that.
Right? See, Brendan knows what I'm laying down. You call it Shaden Sharp cheddar. Put a pinwheel on it. Put a carrot. Put like the same picture you put on the pint glass, but you put that on the block. You know, Blazer fans would buy it, Brendan. Do you know Blazer fans would buy it? Between this,
I want the big block lettering too, aged over 5 years.
Right. Right? Oh, my God. See, now you're getting it. You guys are getting it. So we need to get in on this. Again, if anyone has any connections over there at the old Tillamook Dairy, you need to hook it up here, because this needs to happen. Air Weldon says there's only great ideas here. Like between Shaden Sharp cheddar and renting out Paul Allen's secret Rhoda Center apartment on Airbnb, I am just...
That's got to happen. I've been pushing for that, Chris, for 4 years now.
Right? Absolutely. Okay, Tillamook ice cream is Kirk's favorite, because Tillamook ice cream is good. Tillamook ice cream is good. Everything about Tillamook is good. I love when you go to the... I love when you get out to Tillamook and you go to the factory there, and you can get some cheeses that you can't buy at the store. Yeah, they got some good stuff, man. You got to make sure the kids get the squeaky cheese. You all know if you've been down there. The place is awesome. The cheese is great. And I would 100% buy some Shaden Sharp cheddar. As Chris E. says, that's cheesy AF. See? Pun intended. Cheese all around. It makes too much sense. Makes too much sense. Rip City Radio, a.k.a. Brendan, says Paul's apartment probably has a 1990s Microsoft PC in there. Probably. Still open up. It only plays solitaire, though. Only plays solitaire. If you want to join the conversation, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. The cheese and the dad jokes, they're going to stay all night long because we have fun here. I told this to Chad earlier. He asked about how last night's show was. And I said, Chad, we completely went off the rails and we talked about very little basketball and about everything else. And he said, those are the best episodes of the fifth quarter. And guess what? Here we are talking about cheese and how Shade and Sharp needs a cheese sponsorship and just absolute. And see, and then you cross pollinate, Brendan, and you take that big giant brick of Tillamook cheese that is in Providence Park as their sponsor for the Timbers, and then you make that a block of Shade and Sharp cheddar as well, and you get Timbers and Blazer Love. See, this is, I'm telling you, man, I should give up radio and get into marketing. Probably not as good as I think. This is the fifth quarter, though, presented by Coors Light. I'll think of some Blazer beer sponsorships here during the break and get back to you. But we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we still got our shot of the night, drive of the night. We'll get to the coach's corner eventually, hand out some game balls, and have plenty of more fun here in the YouTube chat, of course. All on your home of the Blazers, Rip City Radio 620. All right, let's come back here. We got.
Can we
few
please
minutes.
acknowledge how we missed the Ford blimp? Oh my goodness,
The Ford. You are not the only one. So many people tell me they missed the Ford blimp, but the Blazers.
dude, it was epic. It was so epic.
The Blazers got mad at my coworker when we were filming it crash.
And they never brought it back.
Eric Weldon says drop blocks of cheese from the rafters.
That'd be great.
Someone said to do that. He said that sounds like a lawsuit. It's funny. I mentioned today, because like I said, I went up and sat with our friends in the third bench and had some fun during the third quarter, just chilling and talking hoop. But I can't remember what arena it is. I really want to say it was Sacramento when I went there, but I may be wrong. But one of the NBA arenas I went to, that's how they dropped their thunder sticks. Like, you know how the Blazers dancers come and hand them out to everyone behind the baskets? No, during that game, like, that I was at, like I said, I want to say it was Sacramento. They dropped them from the rafters. So all of a sudden, just like thousands of thunder sticks just come floating down, all filled already. And everyone, I mean, I don't know why, but it was such a cool visual. Yeah, don't drop cheddar from from there. Can you imagine taking a 2.5 pound block of cheddar to the dome, dropped from the rafters? No thanks. No thanks. Oh, Rosengrat was just making a comment. Elijah was just making tons of comments, and Rosengrat says that he wants to see Scoot dunk on Elijah. And Elijah just retorted, like, getting dunked on Scoot would be his dream. I mean, I get it, but not me, because I feel like that'd be embarrassing. Or I'm short, so I'd probably just take a knee to the chin, be knocked out for days. I'd have to call Chad, say, sorry, I can't come host game day. I have a face contusion. Ba-dunch. Yeah, you don't get hit in the head if you catch it. There you go. Catch the cheese. What else you guys got? Oh, my gosh. I'm telling you, though. I don't care how cheesy it is, pun intended. Shade and Sharp cheddar. That's a money maker. Print it. Print it. That'd be cool at a yacht rock concert to drop all the thunder sticks. Yeah, I can see it. Also, shout out Kirk. He's like, he said Chad is a legend. Chris is turning into a YouTube icon. I like that. Chad is Chad. I said Chad's Hogan. I'll be the icon Sting. I got to take him over. Too cool for Chad doing going to a yacht rock concert. That's right. How much longer we got, Brendan?
50 seconds.
50 seconds. Oh my gosh, less than a minute. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Tell you what, Chris, you talk about his 3-point shot looking pure. What I've started to notice is watch his base, because if he's square to the basket and his feet are right below his, inline shoulder hip feet, he tends to hit the shot almost every time. If those feet are slightly skew or that base is not set, he misses the shot. And that's something I've noticed. He started to get that base more comfortable. Didn't really have that as much as his rookie year.
15 back.
And he's hitting it real good right now. So, yeah, the shot's looking good. It's looking good. All right, we're going to take a quick second here. Turn off the mic. We'll be right back here in just a few seconds for you guys. Realistically, guys, I need to get a studio, like down, like somewhere where you guys all coming, right? Like right now, this is the YouTube chat's keeping me alive, but it's empty in here. I'm out in my regular spot, not chilling with Shaq or watching him tear down the arena. But I need to do this in front of a live studio audience. I need to get the YouTube chat to be able. Can I get all the YouTube chat credentialed for a game just to come sit here and chill with me? But let's chat a
You
little
just
bit.
miss having me in person with you, Chris.
That is for sure. That is for sure. But if you want to join the conversation, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. Brendan, I keep telling you to learn how to do it on the computer so you can come sit next to me. It's gonna happen.
Well, I also got to get asked to do stats, so it's kind of a double-edged sword.
You don't have to get asked, okay? Force your way in, and you can just come here. You don't have to do stats. You can just come here to do the show, my man.
Just hang out with my boy Chris. I can work on that.
All right, and of course, that was your number. But you can also get on YouTube.com, type in Rip City Radio, where everyone is holding it down. It's time to go out to the phone cell. We're going to head out to our friend Tyler in Sandy. And I got to tell you what, I know this.
Mm-hmm.
I know this man, Brendan, so make sure your hand is on the dump button, okay? Tyler's crazy. Tyler, you finally got the courage to call in. How you doing?
Still a little bit nervous about it, though. I'll tell you that. I'm super happy that we got the win. I'm super happy. It would have been cool. My kid was like, dude, he goes, Dad, I really want to be at a game where we see the confetti come down. I'm like, you were just there last year or something like that. Yeah. But anyway, as far as tonight goes, good game by Scoot.
Very.
Good game by Scoot. He played all right. We were sitting there at the game the other day. Remember? We were sitting there talking it up, and he's pulling them heartstrings here. Yeah, he is. He's had a great 4 4-game stretch.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight, still with the 8 assists, with 25 points, yeah, he had 3 steals, maybe? Did he have 3 steals?
He was
know
on
Kamara
top of it.
blocked.
Like I said, he was on top of it tonight. He had a very good game. He had 2 steals tonight.
What would you consider right now currently? Do you see a correlation with Denny Advia and how he returned to the game? Like our 5-game losing streak, all of a sudden, bang!
Well,
he comes back and
I see a correlation to him being in the lineup and them playing a quicker brand of basketball. That's for sure, because the way he likes to move that ball, you know. But I love Denny.
Yep.
Denny's been absolutely phenomenal, and yeah, they snapped the losing streak tonight, and he was a big reason for that. Tyler, him, Scoot, everybody really, and yeah, it was Denny's phenomenal though. Denny changes everything when he's in there.
Right now, him and Kamara's D. That's what I'm looking at. Their defense, when they're together, they understand each other, and the game flows on defense.
Yeah.
You put a healthy Klingon in there, you got a chance. You know what I mean?
I agree. I kind of dove in it a little bit on the pregame show. Like I like the young core, and I talked to you about it when you were at the game the other day. It's just I like the young core. It's just a matter of them developing together and getting the opportunity. And eventually, you're going to have to get the vets out of the way so they can. Because the thing is, you saw Scoot have another great game tonight, but the minute Ant's healthy, he's going to go back off the bench, and I don't like that, because you see what happens when he's given the keys. He's looking pretty good right now.
I feel you there. He does need time to develop, and in-game play is the only thing that's going to develop him the fastest.
Yeah.
Right? And it's NBA. These 40-year-olds are outrunning the 20-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Well, the only one in the league, but still. But I gotta let you go. I'm actually trying to go to bed.
All right, you better get to bed. Oh, and by the way, if you guys ever want a dang good breakfast, you better head over to Dean's Cafe over in Clackamas, over off 212. Tyler will hook you up. I promise.
I love you, buddy.
All right, man. You have a good night. Thank you for the call, Tyler. I've been telling Tyler to call forever. He's always scared. He and I go way back. Like I said, go to Dean's Homestyle Cafe out there off 212. It's a good little breakfast spot. Went there last week. But you guys know I pub Mom and Dad's Meat Shop a lot, the original steer. But where does Dean's Homestyle Cafe get their bacon and sausage? The original steer meat market. See, we're all coming full circle. All right, what else we got here in the YouTube chat? See, this is what happens in this show. Everyone just this YouTube chat just starts talking about food. Like I'm trying to look for a what are they saying about the game? And everyone's like, Killer Burger and the peanut butter bacon burger is good. That's funny. Han asked, why am I back in the hallway? Well, I'm here in the concourse because this is where we normally do the show. But Brendan is producing today, and Brendan is producing from the studio back in Tigard. The other days, Shacker is producing. You guys all know Michael Shacker. When he's producing, he also does the visiting radio production, so he's over there in the visiting media row. So I just make it easier on everyone and go down there and host the show with him where all his stuff is already set up. So I kind of have 2 locations where I can go. Last year, though, there was like this wall had it had a sticker on it. Yeah, you know, it was a vinyl, it was Jack Daniels. It looks better than this white wall. We need to get something back here. If we're going to be in this exact location, we really need to work on getting a Rip City Radio sticker back up there to have some fun. Also, Air Weldon says, my parents swear by Dean's. Well, awesome. Like I said, if you ever gone out there with the parents, there's a very high probability that the caller we just had was the one who cooked your omelet. Him and his dad hold it down over there. So it's a great spot. And of course, man, whenever you can, support local, right? It's a great spot. It's a great spot. There used to be a 620 graphic. But for when? Because they weren't on YouTube. There was one like back where Jay did it up in the other media room, and we have some right here. Maybe I should put them behind me so you guys can't see. There you go. We have the banners on the side, but we'll work on that. we'll work on that. If you guys want to join the conversation with me, youtube.com, type in Rip City Radio, Chris J. Burkhardt on social, where you can see my cheesy posts, pun intended. And, of course, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. But where the restaurant name by Elijah, Dean's. Easy to remember, Dean's. I think you're tripping, Air Weldon. I think you're tripping. You've been spending too much time in that Putnam gym. Okay, you need to get out and get some fresh air. All right, we're gonna take a quick little break here on the fifth quarter. When we come back, we're gonna head down to the coach's corner. Then we're gonna have a game ball. And then we're gonna put a bow on this bad boy. Get to bed. Enjoy the fact we get to get home about an hour early tonight than usual. Some of you might not even be ready for bed yet. That's right. There's still time left in the night. Chris Burkhardt here with you. This is the fifth quarter presented by Coors Light on your home of the Blazers, Rip City Radio 620. Yeah, I don't have to tease it. Uh, no, you don't have to play the whole. That's too long. Copy. All right, there you go, YouTube. You saw some live on-air producing. Even though we're not on air, we're in a commercial break. We're just here in this fancy void back here. Hey, have a good night. We're in this fancy void here where we get to talk to YouTube during the commercial breaks. Like, this is the commercial break. Kind of fun, right? Let's see. Get Simons in the three-point contest. Get Ayton in the three-point contest. Yeah, make it an all-Blazer three-point contest. That'll put butts in seats, especially with how good they've shot the three-point ball all year long. Air Weldon says it's Elijah's world. We're just living in it. Good guy GTA content. That's still coming up. Because I'm gonna have to upload GTA online and just see if that's even possible to get through it. Oh my gosh. Oh. Air Weldon says, personally, I wish I had a quiet place to produce my videos. Hey, man, you get a good mic set up, it's gonna be all good. My podcasting slash streaming, even though I haven't streamed enough lately, I need to get back on that. Like I said, I used to did Twitch for a little bit, uh, but it's literally like in my living room in a corner, but it's a cool little setup. As long as everyone's asleep, I get pretty good audio. Pretty good audio. I recorded a podcast the other day. By the way, if you guys want more Burkhardt content, because you can't get enough, nobody besides my wife has ever said that. I do have a podcast. I do try to do it about once a week called the 1977. If you haven't heard of it, it's a Blazer podcast that runs exactly 19 minutes and 77 seconds long. You can do the math in your head on that one. But in honor of your 1977 championship team. And the other day, I was so eager to record a podcast. Thank you, podcast Weldon, that I put on my lav mic and just recorded it while I was driving down the freeway. Where there's a will, there's a way. We'll be right back. Coach coming up.
Really kind of, propelled us just to get more comfortable. Because after the first quarter, I thought our defense was really good.
Coach, how do you think Shane responded to kind of the decision?
Really good. I was proud of Shea. I really was. I was proud of him. I thought defensively he was locked in, which is where he needs to be. And I think with him, when he's locked in defensively, it helps his offense. It really does. It makes him go. It speeds him up a little bit. And I thought he was really good. I thought he was locked in most of the time. Didn't make very many mistakes at all, so I was proud of him. Very.
What does locked in mean to you? Is that just he's making less mistakes?
Locked in to me, yeah. Locked in means to me that we all know the coverages that we're in, what your responsibilities are in those coverages, and just being on point with that. And sometimes you could be one or two steps slow, and that throws everybody off. Because if you're a step slow on your rotation, now somebody tries to cover for you. Now two people's on that guy, now somebody's wide open, and now it's just a snowball. So being locked in is you don't let that happen. You do your job. You're on time when you have to be there. You rotate when you have to be there. You're the low man when you need to be there. You're locked in.
And moving Shea to the bench can obviously send a message to him, but it can send a message to the team as well. Do you think they responded? Because to use your term, it felt like the team as a whole was more locked in.
Yeah, that wasn't just about Shea. That's about everybody. We need to be better. Defensively and just playing wise, we need to be better. That was just something that I really challenged Shea on. and that wasn't at all about him. That's for everybody, you know. Whoever it is, it doesn't matter to me.
You're going to keep him in that same role the next couple games and see how it goes?
I'm not sure.
Justin, what was different about Scoot's floor game that seemed to impact everybody else tonight? Because he's had good individual games that hasn't really translated to the team, but tonight it felt like his good individual game also kind of fed throughout the team.
Yeah, it's starting to become so consistent with Scoot. You know, he's starting to see this thing slow down. I think he is a little bit in front of him. You know, I wanted him to play extremely fast and attack the funnel the entire night based on how they played their defense, and he did that. And that's not always easy to do that and see the floor, you know. And I thought he did a good job of picking his spots in the game, but continuing to be on the attack the whole time because we need it. You know, he's at his best that way, and I think he helps us when he's that way. So I just think the more he does it, the more experience he gets. It's starting to become a little more common for him. He's taking care of the ball just fine, you know. He's getting his feet set. We talked about his shooting. I mean, he's playing really well, man. I'm proud of Scoot.
All right, there you hear Coach following the game, and yeah, he's proud of Scoot. Scoot's been playing incredibly, man. So you absolutely have to give him credit. Yeah, like Brendan says, he's been playing very, very well. And I mean, the last 4 games, he's been the best Blazer, arguably, right? And so you love it. Also, shout out to Air Weldon. He said he misses old Chris before the man bun. So you know what? I'm letting it down for the rest of the show, just on YouTube only. This is is this taking the man bun out and laying the hair down? Is this like OnlyFans or something? I don't know what's going on, Brendan. We're having fun though.
Now we're talking.
We're having fun. I'm telling you what, the chat's having fun.
I got a ways to go to get my hair to be your length, but
yeah.
I'm making some progress.
Yeah, you know, we're having fun with it. It's beautiful. When you pair that with the Hawaiian tattoo, you can understand why I have garnered the nickname at work and from the children of Maui. Right? That's the name. That's the name. See, Air Weldon, I'm a man of the people. I'm just having fun with you guys. That's what I told you, man. We have so much fun over here because you know, Kirk was talking about how he appreciates how I don't talk down to the chat, man. And here's the deal: the phone callers, the chats, the fans who say hi to me in the arena. Like, full disclosure, like I love my job. I get to do it, but without you, I'm just talking into a blank void. And you know, you gotta pay your respects. You guys are way too awesome. You make the show fun, and like I said, Kirk, sometimes I'll call you guys out. I've called Kirk out plenty of times for not agreeing with his take, but it's all good-natured, man, because we're just sitting there having a good time, shouting each other out and talking Blazer ball. That's what brought us all here, right? That and cheesy dad jokes. Ba-dunch. All right, Brendan, it is time, my friend, to hand out a game ball. All right, game ball in this one. I don't think there's a debate. I think the game ball has to go to Scoot again. 25 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. And this is not the first time. Like, he is getting very, very close to flirting with these triple doubles. Like, they're right there. They're right there. I feel like it just might be a matter of time. And if he hits it, that's incredible. That's incredible. I would love to see it. And these numbers, man, again, 25 points, 7 boards, 8 assists, a couple of steals, only 4 turnovers, despite having the ball in his hands a ton of times. He's getting better. Hey, you guys, we've talked about this. How many times on the 5th quarter or game day have we talked about Scoot being bad and needing to improve and making boneheaded mistakes? Because my thing is I personally like to say that I call it how it is. Right? What I see, I call. Like, if I call you out one day but you do good the next day, I'm going to let you know you did good. Like DeAndre Ayton. We've been very critical of DeAndre Ayton as of late. The game tonight, he was phenomenal tonight. He was locked in, had one of his best games in a long time, and even the stats that didn't show up in the stat sheet, I thought he was incredible. He was making the right plays, right spot, and locked in, had spirit, you know, had good focus, all the other buzzwords. So you call it out when it's good too. And Scoot's another one. Like, we're not just sitting here praising him because it's just Scoot. Right? Oh, and he had a good game, and we want to know. It's like he's legit playing better, man, and you absolutely love to see it. Yeah, just love to see it. Let's see what else we got. Air Weldon says I need him to move from flirting with triple doubles into a relationship with them. Yeah, fair enough. I feel that, but and have impactful triple doubles too. I know everyone likes to crap on Russell Westbrook because they thought he was stat padding, and sometimes he was, but he had impactful triple doubles too, and I think Scoot can do that as well. Let's see. I'd rather just have his 3-point percentage going up. It's going. He's getting oping a ton for him if it keeps going up. But here's the thing. Sorry, I struggled to read that. But yeah, we talked about that earlier, Han too. That was Han in King City who had that comment. It's incredible how his shot has improved. Has absolutely improved, and I think a big part out of that is his base. Like I said, pay attention to his legs when he shoots. You can almost guarantee whether it's a miss or a make just by how his feet look when he shoots, or how quick he gets into the set. Because he shoots a little too quick, and if he gets too quick sometimes, then things don't fall. And the thing is, it's not just the jump shot, because he did it with the free throw too. He missed the front end of a 1-and-1 or of. Excuse me, rephrase. He went to the line for 2 free throws. He missed the front one. Why? He just grabbed the ball and just shot it. He didn't kind of go through his routine. Go through the routine, slow it down, and then he makes the next one, right? So everything he does just a little bit too quick. And Kirk says Denver's winning with Westbrook. They've unlocked him again. He's playing good ball this year. Chris says, F yeah, Jason Momoa. I love you, dude. That's because Rip City Radio, a.k.a. Brendan, commented that with the hair down, I can play Aquaman and I'll come cheaper than Jason Momoa. That's right.
I mean, I'm just saying, it could be a career path for you, Chris.
I sent a picture of Steven Adams to my wife yesterday, and I said, pretty sure this is me if I were 7 feet tall and could play basketball. She laughed. She's like, "Yeah, that's pretty spot on." So, anyway, let's get ready to wrap this up. We got to look at the schedule. What's coming up? Plenty of coming up, actually. Let's see. Chad's right here. Chad will be down in Spirit Mountain tomorrow. Chad? He will be in Spirit Mountain with Alex Brink, getting a little sports content, some sports betting action down there with the big Ohio State Notre Dame game coming up. 2 teams that nobody wants to root for, but for some reason you're going to have to find someone to root for. Or you can just watch it and just root for complete and utter anarchy, which most college football fans might want to see. There's also Trailblazers courtside tomorrow. We'll have a friend of the show, Oliver Maroney, on. Funny enough, Air Weldon in the chat said, "Oh, Chris says he used to do Twitch. That's how he's so good at the chat." It's not. My Twitch streams had like two listeners, right? But I used to do a show at NBC called The Scoop with Jamie Hudson, right? And that was a live streaming only chat, so it was basically all based on a chat. And Oliver would join us on that show every once in a while. So he's going to join me on courtside tomorrow from 6 to 7. And then the Blazers, they hit the road. Okay, so where are they going? Do you guys know? Have you looked at the schedule yet? It starts Tuesday in Miami, Thursday in Orlando, and then Friday in Charlotte, which, again, if you ever get a chance to go on a road trip, get to a game in Orlando, because then you can catch a Blazer game and still go to a Universal or Disney World before while you're there. And that's worth it. That's
got to be the move, Chris.
Hey,
I mean,
that's
again,
it.
For those who haven't been, if you've only been to Disneyland, never been to Disney World, you've been missing out.
Well, I haven't been to Disney World yet. Well, last time I went to Orlando, Brendan, that was when I was still working with NBC, and
yes, sir.
I covered the Blazers then. And one perk of working for NBC is you get a pass to Universal once per year.
Oh, that's
sweet. And so we cashed it in. You can bring like you and up to like 4 guests for an employee. So we brought a couple friends who work for the Blazers, and me and Jamie, and I think Casey Holdall met us there. And I didn't even know till I went in, but it was not only was it a free pass because we were employees, it was a park hopper. So we got to go to the 2 parks all day long. It was
NBC hooking you guys up.
Hey, Universal's sweet. I'm a Disney fan, a Disney stan, but you know what? For a good change of pace and mixing it up, Universal is pretty awesome. But that road trip, though, again, starts in Miami on Tuesday. That is a 4:30 tip, so I will have game day for you at 2:30 right here on Rip City Radio. But that is going to do it for tonight's 5th quarter. It's been wonderful. It's been fun. You guys have been awesome as always. Keep up the good work. To everyone in the chat, you're phenomenal. Especially, hey, Kirk, like I said, you guys make it fun. You guys make it fun. Keep it up. Keep it up. And I have no reason to be mean to you guys. Unless you really piss me off. And then I'll be mad at you, and then we'll bro hug it out, and we'll be all good to go. Right? We have fun. Also, Air Weldon. NBC Sports Northwest dying was so sad. Yeah, it was. That was a 8-year run I had there. That place was fun, and I met some of the best people in the business, quite honestly. It was a really, really cool place. But and Chris says, I'm being a dork. Chris, I genuinely like you, dude. Keep it up. Well, Chris, I genuinely like you, too. Chris has got to stick together. You guys are way too kind. It's absolutely phenomenal. I appreciate you more than you know. But that's going to do it for tonight's show. I'll be back with you guys on Tuesday, 2:30 game day, and, of course, the fifth quarter, wrapping it up, where hopefully we're talking a little bit of redemption against that dreaded Miami Heat team. Thank you, everybody. We'll talk to you on the next one.